how can we possibly allow other things in our life to fall into place the way that we want them to? And we have to work on our mental health. It is not something that is just going to automatically be in perfect shape the way that you want it to be, per se. Just like you work on anything else, you work on your job, you work on your body, or whatever. You know, people do things around their house, or, you know, tune up the car. You got to tune up your mind too, like on the regular basis. Like, it is just so absolutely necessary. And I'm telling you, despite of whatever your circumstances are, if we learn how to put ourselves in a good place mentally, our whole lives would change. I mean, it just really would. So I want that for myself. This is something that I have been working on for quite some time now, and I am always going to be a work in progress. I'm thinking about the things that I want for myself and for my future, and how maybe sometimes I allow myself to get distracted or think negatively, and I'm like, no, I don't want to do that. So now I'm finding myself redirecting my thoughts more, transmuting my negative thoughts into positive ones, and I see the reflection that it's having on my everyday life, and I'm glad that I'm doing that. But we have to learn how to keep our minds on the things that we really want in life, opposed to a lot of negativity that we allow our minds to be boggled with. So yeah, that's what I wanted to give to myself. I'm like, that's the perfect thing that I want to do for myself. I want to kind of change things around for myself. I want uh, this new chapter in my life to look a little different from the last chapter in my life. So I'm thinking about any and everything that I can possibly do in my power to give me that boost, give me that jump start, put me in a direction that I know I want to go in. And I know I have been working on myself for quite some time and doing things differently, and, you know, learning how to love myself. I mean, I have made drastic changes in my life and in my myself, even just recently through the past few years. You know, a lot of people I just had to let go, and I see the importance of me leaving some people behind, because I know 100% for a fact that I absolutely would not be where I am today if I tried to hold on to people or things that were not serving me. So, you know, sometimes we have to make decisions that are not easy, but in the long run, the benefit from it will be well worth it. So I want all of us to learn how to kind of wrap our minds around the idea of making sacrifices, taking time out to do things that is absolutely necessary, because we'll find ourselves wanting. I want this so bad, and I want to be here, and I want, you know, this kind of life for myself. And it's a lot of people out here that want it and don't have it. And that don't mean that we can't have it. You know, I believe that the people out here who have obtained these things are doing the work, are taking the necessary steps to truly be happy and truly be where they want to be in life. So at this point, I know I still have some ways to go, but it is by all means necessary for me at this point. I want to discipline myself more. And I'm just saying, you know, personally, the things that I want to do for myself, because I want year 43 to look better than year 42. And by all means, I know it is, but what can I do? You know, I'm not a mediocre person. I'm not average. I know I'm different from a lot of people, and I don't want to live a mediocre life. Some people choose to live a mediocre life or are comfortable with where they have been for the past 5, 10, 15, 20 years. And I'm not only talking about obtaining materialistic things, I'm talking about being healthier mentally, because there's so much of mental weakness that is taking control over people's lives, and we don't give enough time and attention to our mental health. We don't focus on ourselves enough, so we won't be in a bad place mentally. And it only takes a little bit of time and a little bit of effort every single day to kind of shift ourselves out of the negative vibration mode. Let me just say it that way, because I don't want to vibrate negativity. I want to always vibrate positivity. And that's not up to anybody else. That is totally up to me. So a lot of times we let other people dictate how we feel or determine our mood on a day-to-day basis. And my aim for myself is to learn how to control my emotions and my thoughts and my mood and all of that kind of stuff, and elevate my mental health so I can have the power over myself to be where I want to be and do what I want to do and go where I want to go. Because ultimately, if I release those things into the power of other people's hands, how can I possibly have control over my own life in a direction that I want my life to go in? It's just not going to work. And I see it happen with people every single day. I see it happen quite often. Things are going to happen in life, circumstances, trials, and tribulations. We cannot control the prices of gas or ignorant family members or any of that. The only thing that we have the power to control is ourselves. We take too much time and energy trying to tell somebody what they should or should not be doing and all that kind of stuff. I don't even talk to these hard-headed kids too much. I just be the example. So that's what I choose to do with my motherhood. Yeah, I will say something every now and then, but as far as me like keep honing in and saying the same thing over and over again and all that kind of stuff, number one, I work too hard. I got too much to do. And I just don't feel like that mental distress of saying the same thing over and over and over and over and over again. Not even to my own kids. Like, I don't want that for myself. I want to be focused on things that are going to elevate me, serve me, take me to the next level in life, that's going to make me happy, bring me joy, bring me peace, and all of that kind of stuff. As far as my kids are concerned, like, y'all see what your mom is out here doing. If y'all don't learn from my actions, then that's on y'all. I mean, don't go out here and act like you've been raised by animals or been raised in the wilderness, because that's not the case. And I'd be doggone if my kids go out here and embarrass me in front of anybody, because then they will seriously have a problem with me. So for the most part, I do see them emulate a lot of things that I do. And I'm so glad that I made the drastic decision to turn a lot of things around in my life for me. And my sole purpose of doing it for myself was so I can be a better example for my children. And that's actually what's happening for us. So I'm so grateful for that. I really am. But listen, we can't be just out here watching everybody live their best life and be happy and all of that kind of stuff. And I think a lot of times we know we just not doing. Like, we're just not doing the necessary things that it takes for us to do what we need to do to be as happy as we want to be. And I'm talking about the things that money cannot buy. I mean, materialistic things will come and go, whatever, you do to earn your living. But I'm talking about things that money cannot buy are far more valuable than the things that money can buy. And I think we lose sight of that as well, because we work so hard for materialistic things, and we sitting over here sick and crazy and don't feel good and not taking care of ourselves and our mind and our bodies and our health and all of that kind of stuff, how can you enjoy life in a way that you really want to enjoy it if you don't even feel good? So like I don't want to be that person. I want to feel good and enjoy the things that I need to enjoy. Someone was explaining their personal situation to me just recently, and I expressed to the person that every time I see them, they always have a joyful, beautiful smile, wave hello, and just a upright personality every time I see them. And if they had not explained to me the severity of the situation that they were going through, I would have never known. And the person was saying, well, I don't want to be that way when I am out in public or whatever. I just want to, I don't want to bring that energy with me. And of course, by all means, you don't want to bring that energy with you. But when you are at home by yourself, I want you to be able to minister to yourself, inspire yourself, encourage yourself, feed yourself positive thoughts mentally. Do something. I like, don't be home curled up in a corner crying and then put your face on when you go outside. And that's what a lot of us do. I want us to be able to be home sitting by ourselves and as happy as a cuckoo bug because we just happy, and we just, and that takes work, because as long when we feed ourselves positive things, and you can just tell yourself that over and over and over again, even when you're sitting at home by yourself or whenever. Like, nobody knows the thoughts that go through your mind but you can constantly repeat to yourself over and over again, I am going to be happy. I am going to be happy no matter who's out here doing what. And especially even with that situation in particular, it was other people that were having a major effect on her life. And it's sad, but that's how it happened, especially when it's people that's close to us that we love dearly, but ain't nothing we can do about that. Like, how much do we have to, and I had to learn that the hard way. I had to let my marriage go. That was one of the hardest things I ever had to do. I never expected to have to, say goodbye to my marriage. When I said I do, I meant it, from the bottom of my heart. I believed in my heart that was what God wanted for me. It was time for me to settle down. I thought I had someone who I could spend the rest of my life with, but that wasn't the case. And I know 100% for sure, if I had not made that drastic decision to walk away from something that I know that was not meant for me, I would not be where I am today. And that's just the reality of it, because and it's not even the other people bringing us down, it's us allowing people to bring us down. I would still be trying to fix somebody. I would still be distraught, focusing on things that are not serving me, not learning how to love myself or work on myself, or thinking this further into my future, or, thinking about what I want for my children in the long run, and all of that kind of stuff. I just would not be where I am today. So I had to make a choice. And sometimes we don't even want to make the choice. We want to hold on to what's making our hands bleed, and try to obtain what we really want for our future, and you just can't do both. Sometimes you got to let the old go so you can obtain the new. Most people don't get what they want out of life because we don't even know what we want. We don't even take time out to consider what we really want. We're so busy focusing on other people and things outside of us, and trying to fix people and talking about what's wrong with that person and all of that kind of stuff. And sometimes you just got to let go and let God. And I hate to sound selfish, because I love people. Like, I'm a person. I absolutely love people, but I can't lose myself in trying to help someone else. Like, I still have a life to live too, and I want to make the most out of the time that I have left here on this earth. I believe in my heart that I have suffered long enough. All the things that I had to go through in life, all the abuse and all the sexual molestation as a child and everything that I had to go through and learning how to love myself and all of that kind of stuff, I believe in my heart that my suffering days are over, that the worst part is over for me and the best part is ahead of me. And I want to continue to believe that for myself until I actually begin to walk in it. And in all reality, I am walking in it right now. So we had to map out these things for ourselves in our minds so they can actually be our reality. Just to sing the most simplest thing that we waste our thoughts on. It's occupying too much space in our minds. Like literally, we could be thinking about something else. Like, don't even think about them. Don't even think about them. You're allowing people to take up space in your mind that you should not even be wasting your time thinking about. You could be coming up with the next, I don't know, something that's going to benefit this world. I don't know. Like, you could be just doing something else, and this world needs you. Everybody is so individual and unique and has something to offer and add to this world. And some people die with all of their creativity and imagination and all of that kind of stuff. We can't even give the world what God gave us to offer to the world because we ain't even focused on it. We so busy focusing on something else. There's so much talent inside of the grave. And that's just the reality of it. So many people leave this earth every single day wishing they would have acted on that thing that they just believed in their heart that they were so talented, gifted, and we were all born with gifts and different unique talents and all of that kind of stuff. And a lot of us don't even get a chance to present our gifts to the world because we're wasting our lives and we're wasting our time. So I mean, I can't speak for anyone else. I was already at a point that I was just really excited about my future and about my life and about myself, and I see myself growing virtually. I spoke over myself a long time ago that I would be a worldwide influencer, and it just seems like that is just unfolding right before my eyes, and I am so excited about that. So that encourages me to speak these great things over myself even more, and not only speak them out of my mouth, but repeat them to myself in my head. Like, just telling myself who I am and convincing myself of my own greatness. And I know you guys hear me talk about affirmations at the end of my life lessons all the time. Like, I really be doing that thing, like, seriously, every single day. If they could talk about who they already said I was and all that kind of stuff to my face, behind my back, or whatever, why can't I convince myself of my own greatness? And I'm talking about constantly. Like, I'm not light on that thing. I be going in on myself. Like, and don't nobody know. Don't nobody know but me. When you convince yourself of your own greatness, that becomes your reality. So, that's just what I want to do for myself. I want to take my mental capabilities to another level. And the person who has control over themselves mentally ultimately has control over the direction that their entire life goes in. So I want to be that person. Like, I just do. I cannot speak for anybody else. It just really, this whole shift and change, I ask God for change. Change is good. I want to adapt to change. I feel like I'm that butterfly that is busting out of the cocoon and ready to spread my beautiful wings. And I just see myself spreading my wings. And I just want better and more for myself. I want to be happy. I want my life to be full of joy and peace and happiness forever. Like, not momentarily. I don't want this to just be a season. I know things are going to happen. I know I'm going to have to deal with life. I can't control the things that happens outside of me, but I can control the things that happen inside of me. So I'm working on myself. This is what I'm doing for myself. I'm growing. I'm working on myself. And when you are in a great place mentally, you can see it. You can see it all over you. Like when I look at you, I can see it. So I want to be in that place. And sometimes people expressed that. I walked past one of my coworkers the other day. She's like, "You always look so happy," and I'm like, "Because I am, I am." And I hope that that energy radiates off of me and allow someone else to know that despite of however they started or whatever, that you can still walk around and feel good from the inside. Sometimes I'm just so silly, like I just be at work laughing at dumb stuff, and I be like looking around hoping that nobody see me just sitting here laughing at something stupid that just came to my mind. But I mean, I want that happy positive energy to be to be contagious. That's the word I was looking for, to be contagious. I want somebody else to feel that positive energy. I mean, I can't stand when I don't even care. I was going to say I can't stand when I walk into a room and you can just feel the negative energy coming off of other people, and I just really don't care because I bring my energy anyway. Like I don't let the energy of somebody else control mine. I smile and speak to people all the time, and sometimes they don't even smile or speak to me back, and that's fine. I'm not going to let that dictate my mood. I remember I was at my old job. I was still living in Philly many years ago, and someone said something to me that I felt like literally crushed my spirit. And in that moment, I felt disappointed in myself that I allowed what somebody said to make me feel that bad. Like it wasn't even the fact that somebody said something that probably, I don't even know exactly what they said, but I remember the situation. And I'm like, you should be ashamed of yourself, because you should never let the mood or even what people say out their mouth, you should not let that control how you feel. Feel good anyway. And that has been my mission. That has been my mission. I can't let what people do and say dictate how I feel. They don't know my life. They don't know how far I came or how hard I worked to get to where I am. And they didn't give me the joy and the peace that I have inside of me. So why should I ever let anybody do or say anything to take that away from me? I'm like, okay, at this point, like, you be great, because I'm going to be happy regardless to whatever. So that is just what my mission is. I will continue to be here to empower, to encourage, to inspire. But in the meantime, I'm working on me. Like I just am. And I want to give that to myself. And I just really hope that that encourages someone to think about kind of shifting things around in their own mind too, because sometimes we can be stuck on this one thing that is not allowing us to grow. And if we change our perspective a little bit, and I tell people that all the time, like, just shift your perspective. You don't have to think in a direction. Like one person, I love him so much, when I go out and do my in-person motivational speaking, and this young man is full of wisdom. Like he is just a walking prophet, but he found himself in a bad situation for whatever reason. And when I talk to him, I always hear him talking about other people, and I'm like, get rid of even the thought of other people. Let's just focus on you, because you don't have to deal with other people. Well, this person this and that person that. And I'm like, you have to shift your focus. And like, the more I say it, like I said this to him like maybe about 3 or 4 times since I know him. I know he is like full of potential and wisdom and everything. Like he amazes me every time he speaks. But if he don't learn how to shift his focus, all of that wisdom, I'm afraid it's going to go to waste. I'm like, I just need you to change the way you look at it sometimes, because you thinking and talking about other people and what other people is doing, that's not serving you. You're losing sight of your full potential because you keep talking about other people. Like, but I love them though. I just really, really do. But I don't want us to miss out. I don't want us to miss out on our blessing. I don't want us to miss out on our opportunity. Even the opportunity that lies in front of us right now, we may not get that opportunity again. And if we are so busy focused on things that are not serving us, how can we take advantage of the opportunity? Opportunity is like the wind. It doesn't come up. Well, the wind does come often, but it comes and it goes. Like it just blows straight past. Like opportunity is literally there 1 second and gone the same second. And I'm like to myself, I'm like, I never want to miss an opportunity again ever in my entire life. I just don't want to miss opportunity anymore because I don't know when I'm going to get it again. So I want to take advantage of every opportunity that lies ahead of me. I don't know where it's going to elevate me to, where it's going to take me. I don't want to miss that opportunity that I've been waiting for and working so hard for so long. And if I miss it, I might not get it back again. So, I have to focus on the things that is necessary for me to focus on. And that's not just for me. That's literally for all of us. That's for everybody. So I'm really, really, really prioritizing my mental health. At this point, I am like totally getting rid of any negativity that is going to bring down my mood, alter my emotions, just make me not feel well, feel bubble guts in my stomach, any kind of bitterness, anger, resentment, unforgiveness. I am releasing all of it because I want too much out of life. I don't have time to be angry at anyone. It's just not even necessary. I have forgiven people over the years who don't even know that they are forgiven just because I don't deal with them no more. I don't have to ever say anything to you another day in my life. But that don't mean you're not forgiven. I pray for people that I don't even speak to, that I have wholeheartedly forgiven. And I pray for them like I'm praying for myself. I'm talking about serious prayers. So that's just where I am with it. Like, I don't have to come to you and I don't need no closure or none of that. I just want a better life for myself. So I choose me today. I don't know, maybe that's what this next season is, this next chapter of my life. I am really excited about my future and what God has in store for me. And I want all of us to be. I want us to wake up excited about what's going to happen next, because there are great things in store for us. But if we are so busy focusing on things that don't matter, then those great things are just going to be sitting there, rotting away, going to waste. We're not even going to acknowledge the fact that those great things are waiting for us because we'll be too preoccupied with things that don't matter. So I encourage someone today, working on your mental health is not an easy thing. It is a work in progress, but you have to start somewhere. You don't have to wait until New Year's. You don't have to wait until the clock strikes 12. Like, you could start feeding yourself healthy things mentally, even right now, even right in this moment. Some people say, but where am I going to start? What am I going to do? Out of all of my growth and elevation and healing and all of that kind of stuff, I just did it. I just up and did it. I stopped smoking cigarettes with a cigarette in my hand. I was like, this is the last one. And that was almost 8 years ago. When I moved here to Delaware, I had no address. I went to the furniture store and bought a house full of brand new furniture. And the lady was like, so where am I delivering this to? I was like, let me get back to you on that. Like, I didn't even know. Like, I was just stepping out on faith and just hoping and believing that better things were out there waiting for me. I trusted God that he would give me a place to put my brand new furniture, and he did. He did. Ultimately, he did. Like, who does that? Who buys brand new? And I'm talking about beds and all curtains and everything for my kids' rooms, a full living room set, full dining room set. I mean, everything. I had this house furnished to the max, and I ain't had no house. like I had the house, but I didn't have the house. Like, this is what I want for myself. This is what I want for myself, and I'm still sitting right here looking at my brand new furniture right now. So I'm telling you, we had to map these things out for ourselves in our mind until they become our reality. And it just all depends on what you want for yourself. Like, where do you see your life in the future? How bad do you want it? Some people are content with where they are. Some people feel like they don't have much work to do. I went out and did a message on hope. I did the message on hope for you guys virtually on Wednesday, my Wednesday life lesson. And afterwards, I went out and did my message on hope here in my community. And I always go around the room and I ask them, I tell them what my topic is. How do you feel about my topic? And this one gentleman said, I don't need hope. And I was like, wow. Like, I don't want to be that person who gets to a point in their life that they feel like they don't need hope. I always need hope. I'm going to always need hope. So I don't know. Maybe he really felt like that, in his heart of hearts or in his mind or whatever. But number one, you have to watch your language. Watch the things that you speak to yourself. Some people say so nonchalantly, it's too hard. It's too hard. Stop saying that, because you convincing yourself that it's too hard. And if you have already set up in your mind that it's too hard, you believe that it's too hard, you're not even going to want to do it. Like, stop saying it's too hard. Watch your language. Watch the stuff that you say out your mouth. It will literally put that permanent roadblock up in front of you that will not allow you to go any further, because you have already spoken over yourself that it's too hard. I don't want to speak that over myself. I don't want to speak anything is too hard over myself. I want to convince myself that it's possible for me to do any and everything that I set my heart and mind out to do. That is just the reality that I want for myself. I don't care what it is. When it comes down to it, bottom line, at the end of the day, I want to believe in my heart that I can do it, because I can. I can. If it's possible for anyone else, then why is it not possible for me? I want to live my life full of hope that I can. And ultimately I will. So that was kind of personal, you guys, because yes, I did recently become another year older. I am not 42 anymore. I got to get used to saying I'm 43 now. I think I kind of hooked onto it pretty quickly. But I am excited. My kids keep calling me old. I don't care. Like, they could call me old as much as they want to. I don't feel old. I don't feel that. My daughter was like, you almost at that midlife crisis mark. What you gonna do? So they just like telling me how old I am. Like, I'm like, whatever. I am enjoying my life to the fullest. They talking about menopause. Oh my gosh, my daughter told me this, one of her coworkers is going through menopause and she be in there sweating bullets, and oh my God, Mom, you 43. I'm like, okay, well, I'm just going to speak over myself, for when menopause do hit me, it's going to be graceful. It will come and go quickly, and God will see me through it. I'm not even going to scare myself into, as I cannot control, going through menopause. It's something that all women have to go through. I look at the upside of it, and God will give me the grace to get through it. And I just speak that over myself. Listen, that's what I want for myself. That's what I want for myself. I don't want to suffer in any way. Not even through menopause. I don't want menopause to be a suffering experience for me. I know my mom, it was pretty quick for her. It's not something that I heard her like complaining about it being really hard on her. So I'm hoping that it will be like quick and graceful for me as well. So implant that in my mind. I just spoke it over myself. And prayerfully, that will be my reality for when the day comes that I start menopause. Listen, I ain't scared. Y'all can be scared as much as y'all want to. I don't want to live my life in fear of anything. It's going to happen. Whatever happens is going to happen. I'm going to be happy while it's happening. I'm going to constantly speak greatness over myself, no matter what it is, whether it's something big or something small or something that I have to go through like menopause. I don't care. God is going to bless me through it. And He's going to do the same thing for y'all too. You just have to believe it in your heart. You have to speak those things over yourself. Stop speaking negatively on it, because once you speak negatively on it, that's what's going to become your reality. I don't want that for myself. I refuse to speak anything negatively over myself, because that's not what I want for myself. That's keeping it real. I want to live a great life forever, for the rest of my life. That's what I want for myself. That's not, living in La La Land or cotton candy unicorn world or whatever. Y'all call me what y'all want to call me. I want my life to be what I want it to be, and it is. It is. That's just my reality, because that's what I want my reality to be. All great things forever. So that is it. That is my message for today. I probably went a little longer than I intended to, but I'm so glad that I got that off of my chest. I'm just going to continue to be working on myself. I'm telling you, y'all are like literally witnessing growth, elevation, healing. When you look at me and watch some of my videos and all of that kind of stuff, from me working out to doing yoga and putting healthy things into my body and just doing things for myself mentally, this is healing. This is what healing and growth looks like. And if people don't take the time out to do that for themselves, you can't be mad at nobody but yourself that things are not mapping out for you the way that you would like them to. It's up to you to do what you need to do. You have to take action. You have to take action immediately. You have to do it now so you can begin to see these things transform for you in your life. So I'm not asking permission from nobody. I'm not asking for nobody approval. I'm just going to go out here and be great. I'm going to be who God has called me to be, my destiny, what I was born for. That is between me and God. So listen, I love you. God bless you. Happy Friday. Thank you so much for everyone who jumped in and tuned into this video. Don't forget, like, share, and subscribe. Google me. Go to your Google and say True Value, Knowing Your Worth. My YouTube channel will pop up. My book on Amazon will pop up. That's my first book, True Value, Knowing Your Worth. That is also the name of my YouTube channel. My second book is Walking Treasure, Discover Your Hidden Treasures. My third book is Feed Your Soul, Your Personal Guide to Health and Wellness. For those of you who want to get on a health journey, I recommend Feed Your Soul. And my fourth but not final book is called Religiously. And that is a closer look at spirituality and religion. You can actually Google all the books, but if you want to get to my YouTube channel quickly, you can just say or tap into your phone or whatever, True Value, Knowing Your Worth, and you'll see my credentials pop up. Push the button, subscribe, scroll through the videos, watch some videos, do something for yourself. Even if it's not me, I encourage you to find some kind of encouragement, motivation, inspiration, knowledge, self-help. It don't have to be from me. Whatever you are comfortable with. I'm not comfortable with listening to all motivational speakers. Some of them minister to me more than others. Some of them I can listen to some of the same videos over and over and over again, and it really does something to my spirit. Some of them I can't listen to at all. I tried them, and if they made me feel worse opposed to making me feel better, then that's not the motivational speaker for me. So find your niche. Do whatever works for you. Be creative in your self-growth. Do whatever is going to have a major impact on your life. Those small things that we do is going to have a major benefit on our everyday future. So start somewhere. Don't be afraid to step out on faith. I love you guys. God bless you. Go out here and enjoy your weekend. Lord willing, I will be back here on Wednesday with another life lesson of the week. And in the meantime, you guys continue to stay blessed.